We begin this morning with breaking news. A massive manhunt underway for this man who police are calling a person of interest in the deaths of at least 20 people after a shooting at a bowling alley and a bar in Lewiston, Maine. He has been identified as Robert Card, a trained firearms instructor and a military veteran who had been committed to a mental health facility this summer and had threatened to carry out a shooting at a Maine military training base. Police say he is considered armed and dangerous.
I-Team sources have learned that he does have previous ties to Massachusetts. Lewiston is about 2 hours north of Boston and about 45 minutes from Portland, Maine.
We have live team coverage this morning, beginning with WBZ's Laura Haefeli, live in Lewiston, where a shelter-in-place order is still in effect at this hour. Laura?
That's right. There's actually several shelter-in-place orders in effect. Here's why. As you mentioned, police are still looking for person of interest, Robert Card, but they've also found a vehicle of interest in a town nearby called Lisbon. So there are shelter-in-place orders both in Lisbon and here in Lewiston, and you can tell how seriously law enforcement officials are taking that order. Right now, I'm standing outside of Central Maine Medical Center, where several of the victims of this mass shooting are being treated, and it is surrounded by armed law enforcement. Now, again, law enforcement officials searching for Robert Card. Here's what we know about him so far, and you mentioned some of this already, but this is an Army reservist, someone who is well trained. He's a firearm instructor, and he has a reported history of mental illness. So moving forward, there will certainly be a lot of questions about how he got this firearm, how he was able to carry this out. But for now, priority number one is to find him and protect the victims involved. Following multiple shootings in Lewiston, Maine, police all over the state are searching for this man, 40-year-old Robert Card, who has been described as a person of interest.
Card is considered armed and dangerous. If people see him, they should not approach Card or make contact with him in any way.
Authorities say anyone who sees Card or has any information about the shootings should call 911 immediately. Police were seen searching a parking garage after a vehicle of interest was found minutes away in Lisbon, Maine.
We have an active shooter. We have multiple injuries.
Local authorities say the shooting began just before 7 p.m. at two locations, a restaurant and a bowling alley. Central Maine Medical Center said on its website that staff were reacting to a mass casualty, mass shooter event and were coordinating with area hospitals to take in patients.
This is an overwhelming situation. I don't think we've ever had anything like this.
According to a Maine law enforcement bulletin seen by CBS News, Card is a trained firearms instructor believed to be in the Army Reserve, and he has reported mental health issues. A reunification center has been set up at a middle school in the neighboring community of Auburn.
There's a significant amount of shock going on with people that were actually witnesses.
The FBI says it's assisting with the investigation, though Maine State Police will continue to take the lead. Again, law enforcement officials have issued those shelter-in-place orders. Of course, they want those to be taken seriously, not just by neighbors in Lisbon and Lewiston, but also by businesses in Lewiston, Maine. Laura Haefeli, WBZ.